to thank you all for coming today to check out the Concord Lake Sunapee Rail Trail here. We're at 25 Fisherville Road, which is just north up Route 3 in Concord from where Sewell's Falls Road splits off, a little bit south of Sylvester Street. For those of you that navigate by ice cream stops, we're just south of Freaky's. Because one of our taglines is ice cream every 45 minutes on this trail when we get it built. So we've got a little parking area here, holds 7 cars right at 25 Fisherville Road if you're looking up the address to drive here. And this is a 2.5 mile section of trail that's in various stages of completion. So it came about when 2 private landowners gave us permission to go over their land, including the farmer who gave us the space for the parking as well as the trail, and the city of Concord. And this 2.5 mile piece is going to be part of our overall vision, which is a 34-mile trail going from Pierce Manse down at Horseshoe Pond in Concord all the way up to Newberry Harbor in Newberry, through Kentucky, Warner, Bradford, a little bit of Sutton, and into Newberry. I'm standing next to this contraption. I'm standing next to is a bicycle fix station. So it's got a bike pump that works with both types of tires that bikes can have, and then all the tools you need to do basic bike repair. Hang your bike here. If you don't know how to do those repairs and you have a smartphone, you can scan that QR code and it will take you to a website that talks about how to do all sorts of basic bike repair, raise and lower the seats, fix your brakes, tune a derailleur, what have you. And you'll see a lot more of these around the city of Concord throughout this summer of 2021. We were able, another group, Central New Hampshire Bike Coalition, got funding to have 11 more of these go around. So they're going to be all over the city at strategic spots. So our goal is to be ADA compatible the whole time. This stone dust mixture you see here is a 3/8 minus, which means that the biggest stone should be 3/8 of an inch or less in the mix. So it's easy to roll yourself along in a wheelchair, push a stroller, ride a bike. So it's flat and stable. Good surface for walking. I've had my mom, who's 90, out on it with her walker, and she's managed no problem. And also been out with friends who use electric personal mobility devices, an electric wheelchair. And I was on a bike and I was working hard to keep up. It was a great ride. And we also pay attention to the sight lines, because people feel more comfortable on a trail where they don't feel like something's going to surprise them from the side. We are happy to work with the snowmobile clubs if the landowner wants it. So first of all, it's a separate question for the landowner. And the second consideration is, can we get the machines on the property at one end and off at the other end? So on this trail, like right here, for example, it is open to snowmobiling. Other sections are not, but the piece we have in Kentucky is open to snowmobiling. So we cast as inclusive a net as possible. We do not allow motorized wheeled vehicles, so no OHRV, no dirt bikes, and that's because of the weight of the machines and the torque of the wheels. They'll rip up the surface, so it would destroy it for everybody else. Since this used to be an old railroad line, we like to pay an homage back to the railroad days. So we go out and get these railroad wheel sets from active railroads, and then Lad Welding right next door does the welding on them, and we get these recycled plastic boards and turn them into benches. Bear Blasting New Hampshire helps us with the media blasting, and the volunteers help paint them. So what you can see behind me is a section of trail that's under construction. This is phase 2 of this project. It's short, but it fixed a major puddling issue. So what's been done so far is the organic material that accumulated after the railroad went away has been scraped off, and then we brought in some 6-inch minus stone to put underneath it, some geomat so water can flow underneath the trail, and then a subsurface. And later this year, we'll bring in the stone dust and put it on top.
Yeah, this is the barn at Bull Meadow right here, right on the Concord Lake Sunapee Rail Trail. And thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and talk about all the great things you guys are doing. So we just opened this October. We're brand new, but the majority of what we do right now is weddings, but we're open to corporate and other social events. We're hoping once COVID goes away, we'll see those pick up quite a bit. Honestly, we weren't sure what to expect when we started this with the rail trail cutting through the property, but it hasn't been bad at all, honestly. It looks great now with the improvements you've made. It's not just a dirt path going through there anymore. It's basically a nice, pretty highway for people to go rolling through on. But still, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. It's really not obtrusive to us or our guests, and it's been enjoyable so far.
We've actually had quite a few tours where we talk to people and they tell us how, oh, you know, we were going down the rail trail and we saw your property and we reached out. So I think there's been a lot of value there for us as a business. It's also just another amenity to see as people are going down the trail. It's like, oh yeah, the barn over there. I mean, we get a lot of people, they're not sure what it is. Is it a big garage? Is it a big home? So we have people and we try to tell them exactly what we're trying to do out here. And you know, we're out here in the middle of the woods. So to be able to have people that have visibility to the property is great. You know, it's not like we're on the side of a highway or anything like that. So it's really nice.
We just hosted our first election last November.
Yep.
And we are going to continue to hold it here. We, you know, donate the space, you know, to be a good community member, be a good neighbor. And it's been really cool. You know, the last one, we had just finished up construction, so it was really, really cool to have everybody here and see the space. Everyone was so excited because they started to hear about us. And it was just a really good way to invite all of our neighbors, you know, in our doors and take a peek. And, you know, because the barn is so large, it also allowed for a lot more social distancing. And I think it made the community a little bit more comfortable to actually come out and vote knowing that they had a little extra space.
We definitely love our neighbors and everybody that comes out here to the property. But in trying to ensure privacy for the guests here, you know, having their wedding or big event here, we try to keep people off the main access road here, our driveway.
As Eric mentioned earlier, we love to host corporate parties, holiday parties, family parties, reunions, all different types of things. And the best way to reach us is www.bullmeadow.com, events@bullmeadow.com, or 603-301-5121.
So on this section of the trail, it's under barely construction. So what we've done so far is just trim the brush a little bit so that we can get the equipment in, but we haven't done anything to the surface. So a lot of this work gets done by volunteers. So we will post on Facebook and send out a mass email message saying, come on down and help us for an hour or two. And depending on the grant we have, your volunteer time counts as match for us with the grant. So it's really important. People have a blast.
Good afternoon. It's great being out here on a nice sunny day on the Concord Lake Sunapee Rail Trail. Just one section of a 34-mile beauty from here to Lake Sunapee. My name is Earl Pierce. I'm the City Councilor for Ward 2, and we're at the very end of my ward where Ward 1 and 3 come all together. Construction of these trails, as you've probably heard, within the city limits are a true collaboration between the taxpayers of the City of Concord, the rail trail folks, and of course, private donors. These trails provide for year-round recreation, healthy way to get out and walk. They're accessible. This is a great place I see it as a place to commute, as a way to commute. As a matter of fact, I'm on my way to the market around the corner to get a dozen eggs. I ran out this morning, so taking that, avail myself of that opportunity. Highlights of this particular section of trail, there are mileage markers just down the road. There's one that tells you you're 51 miles from Claremont via the rail trail. There are low-level bog bridges. The trailhead here has reused some boxcar wheels and with benches, and there's a bicycle station, repair station, and a great parking. So I want everyone to please get out and enjoy these trails. Do a healthy walk in the woods. There'll be bugs from time to time, but they come and go.
We get support from private groups like Concord Rotary made a really nice donation to the trail, and the businesses along the way, we're standing next to Tire Warehouse, we're next to Ladd Welding, part of Macy Industries. They're wonderfully supportive of what we're trying to do. And out at the opposite end of this segment, you have River Hill Market, Murray Farm Greenhouses, Kentucky canoe and kayak rentals. Senator Shaheen came to the groundbreaking ceremony because she's one of the people down in Washington that helps orchestrate the recreational trails program. So if you want to stay up to date with the progress that we're making, not only in Concord, but in Hopkinton, Warner, Sutton, Bradford, and Newbury, the two places to look are our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/CLSRT, and our website, ConcordLakeSunapeeRailTrail.com, and we'll post updates there. And really, I hope people we have trail maps on our website, so you can see where these different sections are done. Our philosophy is to get something on the ground in each town so that people can experience it locally, and then build more segments as we go. We're always looking for volunteers. We have a great board of directors, but if you've got an hour or two and you want to help with any project as the pandemic winds down, we do trail maintenance projects with loppers and sometimes with chainsaws. We go out and pick things up. There's lots of different ways you can participate outdoors as well as indoors. We have all sorts of back office stuff that makes this trail happen. And it's 100% volunteer effort. Except for our bookkeeper, who we pay, everybody else is not making a penny on this. So it's just a huge gift from members of the community to the entire community.
Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you on the trail soon.